All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now we're about to do a podcast with Donovan. I know he's been part of the community since April, I believe, and he's had a $15,000 withdrawal. I can hear you now. Hey,
Oh, all right, that's good. What's up, man?
hey, how's it going?
Great, man. It's good to finally meet you, man, like in person.
I know, right? Kind of something like that.
Yeah, kind of something like that.
Kind of something like that. Wait, ha have we met in person?
No, no, man. I'm from the Bahamas.
Oh, sick. What part of the Bahamas?
I'm from the capital in Nassau, but I've been to Cuba. I studied in Cuba. I studied medicine there.
Oh, really? How'd you like it?
So I spent like 11 years there, and then I
Oh.
came back to the Bahamas about a year ago. So yeah, that's me. I started my journey in exchange. I was doing penny stocks. I started with that. I
Hmm.
learned from Tim Sykes, so that's where I started first. I did penny stocks and then I did Forex. Then Cuba government blocked me, so
Oh, wow.
I couldn't do it anymore. So I had to stop. So I was just learning what I could learn online. And then when I came back home, that's when I was able to really start trading.
And then you came back in. From what I've seen, you've made like a little bit over $15,000 in profit, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
How does it feel? So is that your first time actually making profit, or have you made profit in the past?
My first trade was $5, man. When I first went into a trade, it was like $5, and I was like, yes, I made $5.
Even,
Yeah.
even even that small amounts of money sometimes feels good because you feel like you're actually doing something and all the work that you're putting in is having some type of result. But I'm sure it's not like $15,000, right?
No. No.
So talk to me. What's the story behind you making these profits? Like the set and forget strategy, I imagine influenced greatly on that.
Dude, it changed my trading to be honest with you. I first because when I came back to the Bahamas from leaving Cuba after studying there, when I came back here, I learned Forex online from a local guy. And he was teaching it, and he just was teaching support and resistance, and he's like, trade off support and resistance, you don't need confluences, you don't need that. So I started to win a lot, but then I started to also lose, and I was like, I need something else other than support and resistance to trade off of. So I always had your course here. I always was looking a little bit at it, and I saying, all right, that makes sense. Actually learned how to read market structure from you. So when I started to realize that I learning from you, I said, let me try and actually buy his course. So I actually bought your course for like I had it for maybe a month and I didn't look at it and I was like, dude, you're wasting money. You
Uh,
spent 15 on the course, learn the damn course. So I sit down, I learn your course, and I start as soon as I started to trade with your course, with your strategy. I've been profitable the whole time. I haven't lost. I went on like a winning streak or something.
oh,
Seven,
really?
yeah, 7 trades back to back was winning streaks. I just lost this week. I lost how much? I think I lost maybe 4,000 this week. It's all right. I will make it back next week. Damn.
I like that. I like that mentality. I mean, it's kind of crazy how you can be in the same position for years, and then just one simple modification in how you read the market
Yeah.
can completely turn everything around. What was the biggest thing inside of the set and forget strategy that changed your trading completely?
Market structure. Knowing not to read the market, that was it. Once I got a hold of that, I was like, ah, that's bullish, that's bearish, don't sell, buy.
Yeah.
Oh, and once I got that, that was it.
A lot of people don't really know how to read a property. They just see it like that the market's going up and they think that it's time to buy. But even if the market looks like it's going up, the structure could be bearish, and
Yeah.
that could go across all different times, and like that could change the direction of the trade completely. Like it's not just because it's going up you buy or because it's going down you sell.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more detailed than that. Like you're looking at the market more for what it is rather than just like looking at the candlesticks going up and down. So. If you were to say, aside from market structure, what was one of the things that you were struggling with the most before the San Forget strategy?
Probably finding those areas of interest.
Mm.
Because if you can't find areas of interest, you don't have an entry. You don't know where to enter. So probably that was the most, yeah, that was probably the most getting the areas of interest in the right places and the market structure. Because I took a loss this week because I didn't understand the market structure. When I went back and looked at it, I was like, it was AUD CAD. AUD CAD, I bought instead of sold
Mm.
because I saw like a video you had before and we used like uh it was bearish from April, I think. It was bearish from April and coming up to now. And I think you said like we only looking at the first 2 months or something. And so it was bearish the whole time. But then I say, maybe it's bullish because he's talking about the first 2 months. So that's where I took the loss. I took the loss on that because I thought it was bearish when I thought it was bullish when it was bearish.
Yeah, that's actually really good that you're able to identify that because that shows that you actually know how to properly read market structure, right? Because it could be bearish from like the lower high and lower low could be there from 2020. But like this is the lower high, lower low, and then in here is just creating market structure. Technically the structure is bearish, but it's so not relevant to what's going on right now, 5 years later. Like what makes more sense is to look at this current price action rather than this lower high and lower low. And I've made those mistakes in the past as well. Even recently, sometimes like when I'm analyzing the market, I like analyzing it fast just because I want to make everything as second nature as possible. I don't want to have to like look at the chart longer for a minute. If I look at it for longer than a minute and it doesn't make sense, it's not my trade. And sometimes when I'm looking at it fast, I'll fall victim of that as well. But yeah, definitely market structure is probably one of the most
Yeah.
overlooked things that the market can ever show you.
Dude, I watch those videos over and over again just to make sure that market structure. Bullish is bullish, bearish is bearish.
And have you lost money in the past?
I've lost, let's see. Well, that loss, that AUD CAD loss, that was like I told you, that's the latest loss in like 7 winning streak. Before that, when I first learned the strategy from the local guy, it was just market. It wasn't really market structure. He spoke about it, but he didn't explain it the way you explained it. And it was just support and resistance. It's not enough in my opinion. Just trading support and resistance, but for him, it's working. This guy's he has like he's a car guy too. He used to watch you, and the reason I learned about you is because he spoke about you. He's like Alex G, this guy, he has this nice Bugattis and stuff. I was like, okay, let me check this guy out. And
Yeah.
so yeah, but he's doing pretty good, and it's just support and resistance. So with that, I was winning like maybe five straight, and then you lose for like five straight, and
Yeah,
then
of
win for
course.
four, and then lose three. So it
Yeah.
wasn't as consistent. Yeah.
And right now, do you have a job? Like, do you work full time or are you
I'm
trading?
I'm a doctor actually. Right now, I'm on Disney's private island.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm the doctor on the island here, in Disney's private island. But dude, I want to leave this.
That's crazy.
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be a doctor anymore. I'm ready to just be a full-time trader. You can tell
I
me tomorrow, dude, come, I'm coming, bro. I really don't want to do this anymore.
have you made more money? Like, was that $15,000 a month more money than what you would make as a doctor working on the island?
Yeah, my pay here on the island is like 4,300 or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's better
Wow.
than Cuba, I tell you that.
Anything's better than Cuba, bro. Anything.
Bro, when I was there, it was $100 like a month.
I
See,
know. I know, man. It's bad. Did you learn Spanish while you were there?
see,
Oh, shit. I mean, 11
oh,
years is a long time.
yeah, 11 years, bro.
Okay, so right now you're working as a doctor in those private islands where the cruise ships go, right?
Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah,
I
it's
would,
pretty cool, man. It's cool.
yeah, I mean, and then are you there 24/7 or do you get moved around?
Yeah, 24/7. I've been here for 5 months now, 6 months straight. Yeah,
So your life basically just revolves around trading, I'd imagine, because in those
that's it,
islands,
bro.
there's
I'm not
nothing.
doing anything else.
Wow, because there's not nothing else to do in those islands. Like I've been there, they're small, they're really small.
There's nothing. All I do is after I finish seeing patients around like we start in the morning around 8, finish at 4, and I'm just studying tape. I'm basically on a desert island studying trading, man.
And I mean, so your goal would be to leave that fully soon and just go straight
So
into trading.
as soon as I'm able to be profitable for a long time, I'm done with this, man. Yeah.
And then how does that make you feel after, studying for 11 years and then kind of coming across this new journey, kind of like around this point in your life, right? Like how does that, because like some people, they put that much time into something, they don't want to let it go, right? They feel like they're super committed to it. How are you just so easily making that transition?
Because I never was really committed to this. What happened is when I was younger, I did really well in school, so I got a scholarship to go to Cuba to study. And
Mm.
so it was just like my mom asked me, "What are you gonna do with your life? What do you want to do?" I said, "I don't know, but I'll go there if you want me to go." So I went there, able to learn Spanish, then learn medicine. Never studied chemistry, biology, none of that stuff in school. and learned it all there in Spanish. And dude, my dad never even believed in me. He was like, "We just brought you there to learn Spanish." He's like, "I didn't expect you to pass everything."
Oh wow. What
Just
do they
laughed
say
out,
now?
man. Yeah, so I passed everything and became a doctor. Once again, man, it's not really what I wanted to do. I did it because it was available, you know? So I did it and passed it, but this isn't freedom, bro. This isn't freedom. I'm basically been on the island for 5 months straight. This isn't freedom. I can't go to the city. I have to stay on the island. So I've been seeing the same people, the same building, everything for the last 5 months. So it's not life. It's not freedom. Everyone think like when you're a doctor, it's like you make a lot of money and it's free. It's not freedom. Working. You have to work in order to make money. It's not freedom. It's not life.
And do you think that the knowledge that you learned in school helped you learn trading or had no correlation?
Maybe because I read a lot, like I was able to, because I really picked up your strategy pretty quickly, actually.
Hmm.
Yeah, I only watched like the videos maybe twice, like all of the strategy, and I picked it up pretty quick. So I don't know if that maybe had something to do with it. Maybe I don't know. I don't think so. I think you just explained pretty well, man.
Yeah, but like nothing actually from like schoolwork you brought over here is no.
I don't
And
think so.
how are your emotions when it comes to trading? Are you fully there or is it sometimes a bit difficult? Like how's your psychology around it?
Okay, so psychology, for example, the first time I used your strategy, funny enough, it was on my losing streak.
Okay.
Uh, I was like, the hell with it, man. I'm going all in on this on this funded account. If I fail it, I fail it. And it's like the as soon as I put half of the account, the funded account in, I was like, damn, I feel sick. My stomach actually started to turn. I felt sick doing it. And then when it passed, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm good now. But I'm comfortable risking 1%, 2%, and it's okay to lose. Like right now, I lost that 4,000 on the funded. So I was like, it's okay. Next week I'll just picked it up, and what's good is I knew what I did wrong because I knew the market structure and everything you taught. So I said I failed because of that. So it's
Mm.
always good when you have a reason and you know why you're losing, you know?
Yeah, for me, the beauty of the strategy is that knowing exactly what trade you're entering and if you want to take it or not, like you know if you're going to enter a high risk trade or you know if you're going to enter a low risk trade, and you can make the decision if you want to enter either, right? Does that mean that the high risk trade won't lose? No, that's not what that means. Does that mean that the low risk trades? No, like it doesn't mean anything. It just lets you know exactly what you're getting involved into the market. And that's something that I've really doubled down on in the last like 6 months of this year of like explaining to people. Because for me, it's second nature to execute the strategy, right? I don't really have to think about it. I just do it. But lately, I've been realizing that me just saying that, it just something clicks in people's head, right? Because they're like, Alex, why are you taking this counter trend trade? It doesn't meet the strategy. I'm like,
Yeah. I
that's the
already know it. I feel
yeah. Yeah,
it.
it's like I'm like that's kind of like the point. Like I know it's not meeting the strategy. I know exactly what I'm entering. I know it's a high risk trade, but I understand that. Like I'm not blind to it. The majority of people that are going into the market, they're clicking buy or sell without knowing what they're entering. And even if I know what I'm entering and I lose, I understand that. Even though if it was a great trade, it's just part of the game. The quicker people normalize that, the quicker they're going to start having results because people just want to be right all the time, and being right
Yeah.
isn't going to get you anywhere. So you have been living in this island for the last 5 months. You're a doctor and you're a trader. Now, obviously, this is like a very crazy combination of scenarios. I've never experienced. I've met many different students, but never somebody like this. Would you say that your environment influenced you, or it didn't?
The environment meaning this island.
Yeah, like you being fully secluded and just having no distractions.
Yeah, it's I think that's what actually really helped me to learn your strategy so well because had I been like at home with my wife or whatever, I would not have been able to dedicate maybe the same amount of time and the late hours and the late nights just watching charts and stuff like that. So I definitely think this place has definitely helped. Yeah, I believe it. I was able to read the books and everything that you said that you should read, like because I'm here. It's true, but it isn't fun, man. It isn't fun.
Yeah. No, I say that because some people they want to have the results that you've had as quickly as you have, but not do what you're doing. So making $15,000 in a month very early on using the strategy is very possible, but you kind of have to be like literally locked in an island, kind of like how you are, right? Like, so some people want to have those results by just showing up 2 hours a day, but then going out on the weekends and like not catching up, right? Like people want to get the results but not put in the work. And I feel like you're a perfect example of kind of locking in by default, right? Like you really don't have, you don't have a choice, right? You're kind of just there, so you have to do it. And I think that's pretty cool because maybe that can show people that your circumstance around you can really define how you're gonna make this trading your thing. Because like, let's say if you were to be home, right? Maybe you wouldn't have put in those extra hours because you're with the wife or stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting how by locking yourself in by default, you became successful in trading using the strategy.
Lock in or you have to clock in. I remember that. That was cool.
That quote was
That
crazy.
was right.
Yeah, that guy was sick. Okay, what would you say to yourself if you were to have seen yourself learning trading, let's say, a couple of years ago when you were starting, what would be the main thing that you would tell yourself that, do this and it's going to change your trading faster?
What would I tell myself? I tell myself to keep going, to be honest, because I stopped because I didn't even know anything about VPNs or anything. Maybe if I used VPNs, I would have been able to trade in Cuba. But
Mm,
maybe just to keep going. Yeah. Another thing that would probably be, are you asking me what would help me to maybe do better?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Find a good mentor, someone that really teaching you well as well. Yeah, I definitely think learning your strategy and learning from you and the Sunday swings and all of that stuff, it really helps, you know?
What would you say would be the most valuable thing from the community?
The most valuable thing from the community. I like that it's so positive, man. I mean, I know you you had some negative stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, there's always people out there
But I
that,
mean, you can't please everyone, right?
yeah.
But I like for the most part, like whenever I post things, they're positive. They're like, "Good job, bro! Like keep going." Like, "Oh, I'm entering that trade too." So you find some positive people who are really like they want to help with the community, and then you have other people like, "Why isn't Alex answering me?" Or "Why didn't he do this?" Or "He's
Yeah.
lying to me. It's a scam." And
It's just too many people, and it's hard to satisfy everybody at their immediate need. People want to get their immediate need. It's like, time zone thing is a huge thing. People want me to reply sometimes at like 5 in the morning, and it's like, I mean, I'm human too. You got to give me a chance to come
yeah,
around it. I think the most valuable thing out of the community is the Sunday swings. The fact that I'm there every single day, I mean, every single week, and I'm just there like giving you the pairs that I'm going to trade for the every single day of the week. I just think is the most valuable thing because I'm literally like teaching you how to do it, and then on top of that, I'm like showing you live where you can follow it. I don't know. I think that to me is the beauty of it. You show up to every single Sunday swings, right?
yeah,
I mean, you're in an island locked. You kind of have no choice, man. Like you gotta show up.
yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. No, I really love this insight. I'm gonna use this as an example for other people that are using their circumstances as an excuse. I've had actually a couple of other people that are in the army, that are in the military, and since they're deployed somewhere in the world and they don't really have distractions and they're not actively at war, they become successful just because they're kind of on standby all day. So they're able to dedicate the time to it and all that. I think that's super cool, honestly, that you're able to just like only do that while something else is, keeping you locked in basically. So that's
Yeah.
pretty sick. So Donovan, if you were to share with the people one last piece of advice for any trader out there at any part of the journey, what would it be?
Don't quit. I believe that if you stay consistent with this, you will be profitable. Don't quit.
It's short and simple. I love it.
No, bro. It works if you have a good mentor, you have a right strategy, you execute in the strategy properly, you're gonna be successful, I believe. I do believe it.
I agree. Couldn't agree with you more. I love that. Donovan, thank you very much for your time, man. This was amazing. Any questions, man? Feel free to just, tag me there inside of the community and we'll keep chatting. Well, we're gonna upload this on YouTube soon, probably in the next couple of days. So
Okay, bro.
people are gonna be able to see your story, man.
All right, man. Cool.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Donovan.
All
Take
right,
care.
brother. Take care.
Bye.